to sleep. All right. So going into week 4, I'm going to do things slightly different. I rather than be in order. I want this to be no longer than 5 minutes anymore because I was watching other videos on Full Sail University, being interested in what they had to say to expect the future of where I am now. And I was noticing they were all 10 minutes long, so I want to shorten things up. I'm going to organize it a bit more. I'm going to do the beginning, the middle section, and the end section, and I want to link all the times where they start and end. The first section would be about like what was like going into week 4. The middle section is like the during the week 4, and then the end section is what to expect or going into the next week. So going into week 4, we were finishing up our draft for our final presentation. Mine was a video, so I already had uploaded all my video clips that I wanted. I just needed a few touch-ups, and that's essentially what the final draft is for. They say don't make it the same thing. Should be slightly different. There should be modifications in it, basically. There should be some edits. I already had made sure to do a lot of what I wanted to do. I made sure to be really on top of it, so going into it, making the final draft, I didn't have that much to do, and I could focus on things I really wanted to do, really wanted to improve. So I was able to do that. During week 4, I was working on my final presentation. No longer the draft, the actual final. So that's when I was making all the modifications, the little edits. It was pretty much fine. All the stuff I recorded was good. But at the very end, I'm trying to make a star moment, which is a term you learn in that course, creative presentation. Star moment is something they will always remember. STAR. So my star moment that I wanted was to create an animation at the end. The animation, I've never made animation before. I don't even do digital art that much, hardly ever. I'm really bad at it. I prefer traditional, but I wanted to do it. I really wanted something big, and it came out just as well as you expected it to be. Not that well, but I was happy with it. I was proud with it. I was content with it. But the whole entire week, I was working hard on it. So basically, during week 4, I stayed up almost every single night making each frame by frame by frame, and I know it was like a minute long animation. It's not really an animation. It's just a bunch of, I don't know, they move, they're animated, the characters I put in there, but ultimately it was a minute long, and I did about 360 frames, I believe. So it's like 360 frames for 60 seconds. That definitely isn't like 12 frames per second, maybe every now and then, but I don't think that's like even 12 frames, so it was pretty choppy. But it was to my best ability, ultimately. And I was happy with how it came out, for what it was. Ending of week 4. How I felt. So we had to, it was not only ending the week 4, it was also ending the class. Essentially, after we turned in our final draft and finish whatever discussion we wanted to do, we also had to do a self-reflection, or not have to. It was like 0% weighted grade, so you don't have to, but you could. And I decided to do that. You could do an essay or a video essay. I did a video essay. I might post it up later. Probably will, because, might as well. The end of week 4, going into week 5, I'm going into psychology of play, and I'm really excited for that. I've studied psychology. I have a bachelor's of science in psychology, so it's going to be really interesting to see if any of what I learn is going to help me in the long run. From just like the curriculum and the overview of what it is, it's psychology of play, and I studied that. That's very much studied in like child development courses, and how they're taking it. They're really wanting to play up the aspect of play and how it helps you in the sense of stress and psychologically. So I'm really interested in seeing how that goes. So I'm excited about that. Self-reflection of the actual creative course, I liked it a lot. It was a lot of fun. Comparing it to SDSU, it was at the same standard, same expectations. It wasn't easier to get by. I did even more work this time around. So I liked it a lot. A lot of the concepts were the same. It was very much a review for me. It was a lot of fun. I definitely recommend it. I actually liked it a little bit better because I feel like as far as like the speeches go, they gave you a lot more creative freedom, and I really appreciated that. So yeah, ultimately, there you go.